win mean for the program and for you, and does it set the tone?
Well, I think it's a big win. You know, I kind of try to downplay the game, as you guys probably have figured out. But I felt like early in the week our focus needed to be on doing the things that fundamentally make you a better football team, and I knew that it would build up as we went along, and I think it came out and, you know, found a way to win the game. I mean, we were down 14-0 at one point in that game. All you boys were probably sitting around saying, here they go again.
What does it say about the mindset and the confidence in the kids to handle that 14-point deficit and then turn it on?
You know, I think the thing that gets upsetting to me is we gave them those 14 points. We gave them to them, you know, and it's just, you know, against good football teams you can't do that. And we got a punt blocked, you know, we shouldn't have got that blocked. And then, you know, we ended up getting a block ourselves there, and then a big turnover on kickoff, so we got a chance to capitalize on that. You know, Thomas Sprague went down there and made a nice hit, but, you know, we were very fortunate today. Football gods were looking after us, and we're good. We're happy to get a W, I can assure you that. It's a good football team, and they're very well coached. I mean, they are a good football team. Now, you physically look at them, they got a good-looking football team.
Eric, you talked about the adversity that you guys faced. Was there panic on the sideline at all when you're down?
I didn't sense any, you know. One of the things that I've kind of always talked about since I've been here is, you know, you really find out what kind of person you are, or player, whatever the case may be, is when you have adversity. Adversity in your life, adversity in football. When everything's going well, it's easy to be good. You know, people that can handle adversity in their life and make something of it, they're special people. We talk about that quite a bit, and I think you have to, you know, have a mindset that it's going to happen in every game. And how are you going to deal with it? Are you going to say, here we go again, right? Or you're going to say, so what, we're down 14, we're going to go find a way to get a score, come back and get an answer. And it's having confidence in yourself, you know. And I mean, I have a lot of confidence in our football team. I don't always talk like that or act like it, but I believe in them. And I think it's the most important thing you can tell people sometimes is if you believe in them. And they believe in our staff, the feeling's mutual, and we got a pretty tight family.
To hold them to 65 yards rushing, I mean, the defense really played well, except for the final couple minutes. I mean, you pretty much held them in check.
Yeah, you know, it's unfortunate that you know, it looks like it's a closer game than it really was, but you know, hey, they fought to the end, and that's what their coach has been preaching all week about finishing, and they ended up coming up short, but they fought to the end, and that's, you know, they've done a good job with that as far as their coaches getting those guys ready to play, and you know, just that they ended up winning on a short end of stick.
But to hold them to 65 yards rushing, I mean,
that's pretty good. I mean, I've always felt like we can be pretty good against the run, you know. It's when they start zinging it around a little bit in formation and us, but you know, we ended up Andre Elliott ended up, you know, bumping him out of the game, so we had a new guy in there and got a little bit just nervous, but we're fine.
How does this change your mentality of this team? You've been chasing teams the first 4 weeks. Now all of a sudden the word out in the conference and say, YSU's pretty good. Maybe they're going to start looking at you.
Well, I mean, I told our football team this, you know, I think I would assume that we've been one of the teams that's been hunting, you know, we've been the hunter, you know, we've been out hunting people, and now we've officially become the hunted, you know, and that's fine. Got put a big old bullseye on their chest, and they're going to come after you and they're going to hunt you, and that's just the way it is, and you got to be able to handle that though. So we're going to prepare for that, and hopefully we'll respond and listen to our coaches. Understand that, you know, it's one game. We had some good fortune. There's a lot of things we can learn from that game. There's a lot of things we need to do better. I mean, if we want to win a championship, there's a lot of things we need to do better in that football game. And we can go to the chalkboard, put it down, get it corrected, and we got to realize that we're going to be the hunted. Even though we were voted 7th, we are going to be the hunted now.
Is it come a little bit quicker than maybe you thought?
I mean,
the maturation team?
I don't know. I mean, you know, the thing is you can say it's coming quicker, but then you go out next week and you lay an egg, and is it really coming quick or not? You know, I mean, it's 1 week at a time, being 1-0. At the end of the year, we'll worry about accolades, rankings, rushing titles, you know, all those kind of things. I mean, we're not worried about that. We're a family around here. We don't worry about individual stats. the end of the day, we like to see that W.
14 points at the end of the game that they scored. Did they throw up a little flag and make you, put the gas down for next week so you don't lay an egg?
We know what happened, and it's all correctable. That's the positive thing. And we got a bunch of young guys out there in some different spots, and those kind of things happen. And being disciplined, being in those situations, you got to be able to close the game out. You're fighting, you're boxing, you got a guy on the ropes. You can sometimes you can punch yourself out, or sometimes you can be strategic, play the game, cat and mouse, and then come back and knock them out. So these are all learning experiences that hopefully we'll learn from and be able to move forward.
Eric, this game had so many different things in it. Down 14 and you scored the next 21 in the second quarter. What are you most pleased about in this football game?
I think the thing is you got to take your hat off to our coaching staff. You know what I mean? Guys, you know the facts. We're 10 scholarships under anybody else we play. We're operating on 53 scholarships. The max is 63. You know what I'm saying? Our coaching staff does a great job of preparing our kids to play every day. Our kids believe in our kids. Our coaches are father figures to our players. There's a relationship there, and there's a respect and a feeling there between coach and player that, if you listen to what these guys are telling you to do and you play and you prepare and take care of yourself Sunday through Friday, on Saturday we're going to dial you up and tune you in and get you ready to play. I feel good where we are. This team has come together. We've had a bunch of new players in here. We've had a bunch of transition. We're 10 scholarships under. We don't use that as an excuse. We don't care. The guys we got here, we grab hands, we hold on, and we ain't letting go.
What did it mean for Phil today?
I think it's a big win for Coach Longo. He'll downplay it, and that's just kind of the way it is. But Coach Longo probably took some flack over coming over here. But it was a sweet victory, obviously, and for him, and we wanted to win it in the worst way. And I'm sure he feels good today about his decision to come here to Youngstown. And this means next year they'll have all kind of bulletin board material and come out and try to smack us around. So you gotta get ready for next year.
Eric, Kevin West had 2 receptions, both for touchdowns. It seems like every week you have a different player who steps up, and he was that guy today a little bit.
Well, as freshmen, those guys keep showing up. We did, I just tells you we did a decent job recruiting for getting hired on December 15th. Hopefully we'll continue to do a good job recruiting and be able to get some linemen up there and do all kind of good things up front so we can keep it going.
Coach, can you talk about maybe some dance moves that you show when you got your headset coming off? And
I don't have no dance moves. If I had that sweater on, you got, I'd be all right.
How are your arms today?
They're sore. You know what? On third down, it just cannot be loud enough for me. It cannot. I'm going to buy some new speakers for a stadium or something.
Coach, can you talk about the way guys played up front, defensively, offensively? I know you haven't seen the tape, but
I never evaluate those linemen. I just don't, because sometimes you feel good about it, sometimes you feel bad about it, and it's not worth, I can't pass judgment on those guys, because unfortunately the offensive line never plays as good as I want. Defensive line, we never get enough sacks, so I'm not going to pass any judgment on them until I watch the film on Sunday.
How do you celebrate this morning?
I just, go home with my family and spend some time with them. Obviously, I don't get a chance to spend very much time with them, and honestly, guys, we expected to win. I know no one else did, and I know none of you did, but this football team expected to win. It wasn't no fake hope, none of this baloney laying in bed, I hope we could win. Guys, we expected to win. And that's what we do. We expect to win. All right. Good job.